Hi guys, this is Relating to You, and I am your YouTube host, Nikki, and I am excited to be here with you guys today. I am promising you guys, my word is everything. I'm promising you guys more videos, and I'll have those up shortly. Um, Within the next couple of days, you guys should have about 3 or 4 new videos, and I hope you can subscribe, and I hope that my videos are beneficial in helping you guys with some of the things that I had to learn the hard way, but um, I'm in a better place now, and I really feel like it is my duty to share it. If it could be helpful to you guys, even just one, then it's worth doing. Today I wanted to key in on something that is not oftenly talked about on relationship channels, but I promise you guys this will be a relationship channel, but we know that there are all kinds of relationships, and today I want to talk about your relationship with your children. I am now a married woman, but I was a single mom for 11 years. I have now, my oldest is about to be 19. My youngest daughter, because we don't say middle in this house, we don't say middle child. It makes her sound not as important, and she's probably the most spoiled rotten. My youngest daughter is 14 years old, and I have a son that's 1. Yeah, I said 1. Thank my husband for that. We had to start all over, but he got his boy, so it was worth it, and he's a blessing. We're excited to have him. He turned us young again. So, okay. So I want to talk about the relationship with your kids because, guys, it used to be that you used to only have to deal with puberty when it comes to raising children. Like, that was the hardest part of getting through. You had to just make sure that your kids didn't turn into criminals, streetwalkers, drug addicts. Those were the fears. Don't come home pregnant. Those were the things that people will worry about. But nowadays, oh man, guys, it is really, really tough in this world that we send our kids out into. And it's so important for you to maintain a healthy relationship with your kids. We have 2 girls and a boy, and my children are very beautiful kids, very strong, opinionated, driven children, even the 1-year-old. Um, but I think that a lot of times people have a lot of stock into what type of upbringing they offer to their children, when it relates to how their children will act and carry and represent themselves out in public or when they're not around us. Guys, you can't set yourself up like that, okay? My oldest daughter is the quintessential starter kid, okay? She is that child that God gives you to say, okay, this is what parenting is like, but I'm not going to make it too hard on you because you're just starting. So this is your starter baby. And my baby is a baby, a little rambunctious boy. He's a ball of energy, and, as long as you've had your caffeine or your vegetables or whatever, you can chase after him and you guys will get along. My middle child, as you guys will call her, but my youngest daughter is what I call her. She is so passionate, so smart, naturally athletic, very popular, freaking adorable, and I'm not being biased. Like, she's a nice looking kid. She's everything that a mom would want in her teenage daughter. Like, she's that girl. And I know that I've raised my children. My girls, they're older, and I know that I've done right by them, and they have done right by me. But where you mess up, guys, and where I don't want you guys to mess up at, is you can't just take for granted that the little girls that are playing with the Barbie dolls and their little dollhouse and the little battery operated puppy dogs in the house are the same little girls that are going outside when they're at the mall or the movies or even hanging out with their friends or at school. And I say that because the peer pressure is so crucial out here that it is really swim or drown. These kids have so much pressure on them to fit in. They want to belong so bad. I mean, we remember what that was like. You know, they want to belong so bad, and it is so many things that they feel they have to do to prove themselves. And that is where you can lose your babies if you don't stay grounded on them. Nobody wants to be the stick in the ground dad or mom. And I get that, you know. I had my girls young, my first child very young, and I knew that I would do everything in my power to make sure that she was not a statistic because she was born to a teenage mom. And I did very, very well. You know, she graduated, and she's a very smart kid. She has a conscience and is trained, you know, and she makes me proud. I've never dealt with any issues from her. Like, really, she's a heaven sent. All of my babies are. And my youngest daughter is, if you could cookie cutter design your daughter, she is what you will want your daughter to be, represent, and look like. But we're at an awkward phase in our relationship because this is where I, as a parent, have to establish those barriers. You know, when I'm not going to be as liked, and that's fine, because I'm not signing up to be your best friend. You know, my job is to get you to be an adult safely and by yourself without any children, to make sure that I provide you with a house, food and clothing, to give you, you know, the foundation of what a marriage is supposed to look like, a good, healthy relationship is supposed to. I am an example to her, and that's what I'll do, you know, and I'll establish those relationship barriers because it's what I have to do to save my child. And that's what I'm saying to you guys. It's not okay for us to drop the ball on our kids, and it's not okay for you to take for granted that your kids know that you mean business, that you don't play around, or, you know, they've seen other people go through things, and you think, oh, they won't do that because they've seen Bobby down the street. He got into trouble when he did this and he did that. No. You have to stay diligent when it comes to your kids. I have great kids, but they're still kids. My oldest, like I said, is about to be 19, and my youngest daughter is 14. They're teenage girls, and even still, I refuse to quit. It is still my job to make sure that I stand firm and love them. You got to find a happy medium. You have to be balanced. You can't be just that parent that's there to ridicule and not be there to pat on the back and say, good job, and I love you, and, you know, to give all of those compliments and affirmations. You have to do that. But, guys, stop trying to focus in on, you know, making your kids keep up with the latest trends, you know, helping them keep up with the latest trends, and, you know, getting them all these all this technology and all this stuff, and not focusing on the things that are most important, which is adequate parents, you know, and adequate parenting. They need that. You know, they'll have a lifetime of friends, but you're the mom, and, you know, and you're the dad. And so, you know, they only get one set of those. And so we have to do it right. You don't want to drop the ball on your kids because it will reflect it. And so that was what today was about, guys. You know, I wanted to key in on parenting. It is so hard because we send our kids out here and we're just sending them to school. And the things that we're sending them to school to do is just, you know, we're just trying to get them a good education. And they're around a bunch of promiscuity. They're around drug usage. They're around a bunch of runaways, bad influence. And that is where it could be all or nothing. You will either lose your children or you're going to have to do the hard work. That is not going to be fun. And they're not going to be your number one fan. But it is what is needed. I hope that was helpful to you guys. I'm going to jump right back into my relationship, you know, intimate relationship, coupling issues and topics. I'm going to do that. I have another video I'm going to upload tonight. I hope this was helpful to you guys. I know that, you know, there is no manual on how to raise kids, or we are all winging it, you know. We have some principles, you know, if you're a spiritual person, there are principles in the Bible or in the Quran, or, you know, but depending on what your faith is, And if not, then, you're winging it just like the rest of us. We're all the same. We're all trying to figure this thing out as we go. But that is what I wanted to help you guys out with today. So I hope that it was helpful. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye.